Amazing?
Yeah, she be riding to the end of the road while I'm just writing these poems. You feel it all in your soul. I'm about to kick down the door. You heard me knocking, always stick to the code. Walk what I'm talking, now they feeling me flow. So feel me. Yeah, she be riding to the end of the road while I'm just writing these poems. You feel it all in your soul. I'm about to kick down the door. You heard me knocking, always stick to the code. Walk what I'm talking, now they feeling my flow. So feel me. Flow. Keep it original. What's a stereotypical? Flipping it like reciprocal. Better turn up the decibel. Treacherous like the naughty. By nature, to beat our body. I'm kicking it like karate, I'm kicking it with your shotty. That OPP, then proceed right to the lobby. Think you seen Carl T on the scene? I mean probably, but you ain't visualizing the truth. In actuality, display proof when I get loose and make a masterpiece. No limit, I'm trying to hustle like Master P. Gon' stack it up gradually, hold it down like gravity. Run it just like an athlete. I see the changes happening. I know that they gon' feel me flow. That's why they after me. She be riding to the end of the road while I'm just writing these poems. You feel it all in your soul. I'm about to kick down the door. You heard me knocking, always stick to the code. Walk what I'm talking, now they feeling me flow. So feel me. She be riding to the end of the road while I'm just writing these poems. You feel it all in your soul. I'm about to kick down the door. You heard me knocking, always stick to the code. Walk what I'm talking, now they feeling my flow. So feel me. If they wasn't feeling me before, I bet they feeling me now. I feel the pressure coming down, but I should stick to my style. It's only getting better. I'm just putting it together like puzzles. I gotta figure it out. Been a while, but I get it only way I know how. I'm just saying how I'm living, check the check out here. It's frustrating, but I got the nerve to be out here and complaining. Got to hustle, get it by any means and maintain it. We rearranging the game and keep playing. Got the jokers in my hand, so I laugh when they throw bases. You ain't adjacent, that's why that you'll never make it. Complacent, best bet is mine for the taking. It's most hate. She be riding to the end of the road while I'm just writing these poems. You feel it all in your soul. I'm about to kick down the door. You heard me knocking, always stick to the code. Walk what I'm talking, now they feeling me flow. So feel me. She be riding to the end of the road while I'm just writing these poems. You feel it all in your soul. I'm about to kick down the door. You heard me knocking, always stick to the code. Walk what I'm talking, now they feeling my flow. So feel me flow. Probably 50 degrees. Outside, got my mind blown off of the trees. Windows down, feeling the breeze of that cold air. Living in the UT, yeah, we really out here. Ain't nobody recognizing, ain't nobody give a damn, really. Less I stunt on them silly in the streets. Pop willies, but I'm not really like that. I'm the type that's laid back. Space cruising right around the city with the seat back. Same Lincoln Town car, whipping with the paint scratch. Still pull your girl, even if you in the Maybach. Don't play that. I've been had the juice since way back. Everybody searching for truth, so just say that. In the booth, right in my room, could take a quick nap. When I say I sleep in the booth, I really meant that. I remember we was getting kicked out every kickback. It's funny cause I barely go out, now I just kick back. Don't tell me how to live my life, cause I'ma live it, living how I'm living. Gotta work for everything in this life, cause nothing is a given, nothing is a given. Yeah, you gotta get to it, been knew it, got
What up? What up? What up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? Tavita Van Pelt in the building. Soisauce in the building. Deuce faked us. He probably climbing somewhere. We bust people out. We bust them out. Parlay is busy. Y'all don't know them. You don't know. We here though. We are here, ready to talk week one in everything sports. Big emphasis on anything week one of the NFL season. Y'all watching this, y'all know we be inconsistent, but when we show up, it be fire though. It be fire. It be fire though. We're the Kendrick Lamar of sports talk. When we drop, Yeah, when we drop, and then we be out, and then we leave. So that's all we do, man. Excited, ready to go. I'm working with a new setup. It's funny because my daughter is now calling my wife and it's connected to her MacBook, and I'm having to decline the call while she's doing this. So she be tripping, man. First things first, what's good? What's good? What's going on your way?
Big chillin', man. Hey, like you said, we like Kendrick Lamar. We out here popping out. I'm ready, man. I'm excited to get back to football. I'm gonna be real with you. I usually ain't excited for football until 2 years ago, until we started getting heavy into it. Usually I use football as like a middle ground to get back to basketball.
Yep.
Oh no, that changed 2 years ago.
Man. And basketball is about to be fire too. The Olympics was fire. The way the nation came together and was cheering for that was dope. So yeah, I'm excited for basketball too. There's a lot changing. We've been talking about the whole transitioning for a minute now, and we are getting close to that end of that, man. So yeah, we got a lot before us to talk about, especially everything coming into week one. So yeah, I'm excited for it all, as always, Ooze. But I got to do the tiebreaker here. I feel like we asked this before, but I need clarity and proof for me or Deuce to be the loser on this. Is it piano or saxophone?
Oh, piano or saxophone? Oh, it's piano all day.
Piano all day.
It's piano all day.
Yeah.
Who's
Deuce
out here really
pop.
talking about I want to play a saxophone?
Man, he and Deuce be jealous. He be sending me, oh, look at this smooth saxophone playing dude in like a fast food restaurant. I feel like that's smooth, bro, but it's not a piano. I'm not saying saxophone is bad. Piano's better, bro. Like piano was just better. So he be killing me with that, man. He really be killing me with that.
He really behind the saxophone.
Yeah, he's staying 10 toes about. I'm like, bro, it's you act. You're acting like I'm saying the saxophone is a bad instrument. I'm not saying it's bad. It's elite. It just doesn't compare to piano. And he says we're weenies because we prefer piano over saxophone.
Yeah, don't put it against the piano, man. Piano is like that's the ultimate dropper right there.
Man, I just don't understand that. His again, not saying it's bad, but he's making it seem like been pushing at it as a bad narrative. So yeah, but oh man, excited too. Next week, heading out to Disney. You already know next Wednesday. Well, we'll be on flight next Thursday. So
Hey,
we should be able to double
Disneyland.
back, do our live Wednesday again. Thursday be gone. Then we'll come back on Tuesday. You know, we've been spamming up Disney, TikTok, YouTube's videos, all that, trying to figure out what's it gonna be like out there. So
It's your first time to Cali?
yeah, gonna be first
man,
time in Cali.
that's what's up.
We got a one-way flight, nonstop going there. We leave here at like 6:30 in the morning, and it's 4-hour flight. 4-hour flight. So
Oh, it's lit. It's lit.
yeah. So I'm like gonna try to keep the kids up all night, so hopefully they can sleep through the flight. That's the goal. But I already know Enoch now. I gotta use the bathroom. So
But like, nah,
that
you got to implement the Vita rules. No eating before you get on that plane.
yeah, but I know that's not gonna happen. I know that's not gonna happen because they're gonna be with both grandma and grandpas, and kids are gonna be wanting snacks. I already know how that's gonna go. So my father-in-law said a plan though. He wants us all to sit in the very back of the plane by the restroom. I was like, all right,
Oh, I mean, I guess that's smart.
yeah, he said that's the way to go. He said priority board, and because we're Southwest with no assigned seatings, go straight to the back and sit by the bathroom.
That makes sense.
I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm Delta gang, but I ain't pay for this, so it's cool.
Delta gang. Delta
Yeah.
gang.
Yeah, I was like, I'm Delta gang, but I didn't pay for this, so we're rolling. So, yeah, I'm excited for that. All right, is you ready to start getting into these games week by week?
Man.
No bye weeks, week one, so we will see every team in the NFL.
Let's do it,
ready.
man.
Let's do it. Let's go ahead and hop into this first game. Good Lord, Ezra. First game tomorrow night, Ravens versus Chiefs. we got be here in KC, which is right when I get off of work. I'm heading straight over to my parents' house. Told them I come over and cook so they could watch the game. So we gonna do that. First game of the year. This is last year. Chiefs lost at home to the Lions. That game, the bounce off picks, Kadarius Toney, he out of there. Ravens, new DC, Zachary Orr, McDonald DC, done left, went over to Seattle, head coach. Chiefs still kicking along. I don't want to say nothing too big missing. Juju returning, Xavier Worthy being drafted over to the team. You've been pretty critical on Lamar here recently for a minute now. I think it's almost time for me to get there too.
Hey, man. All right. But before we get into being critical about Lamar, we all know the Chiefs ain't always the greatest in week 1. We all know that because that's when everybody starts to overreact. And, my goodness, the Chiefs ain't going to be in the playoffs. They lost last year to Detroit because of Kadarius No Hands Toney. But this is the perfect time for Lamar Jackson to come in, take advantage of a Chiefs team that usually starts the season off a little sluggish. Happens every year. KC's favored by 3 at home, which is crazy to me. But Baltimore is built exactly how they need to be built to beat the Chiefs. Now the question is, are they going to do the same thing they do every single year against the Chiefs in clutch games and try to throw the ball for no reason? Or are they going to take advantage of the money they paid Derrick Henry and run the damn ball?
Yep. Second year coordinator, Todd Monken. He came over because he was supposed to elevate the passing game. I felt like we saw that throughout the course of the year. Then I felt like in that game, he couldn't get out of his own way. The Zay Flowers fumble at the goal line, that was just a hell of a play by Snead to me. The Lamar pick right after that to follow up, it's just 100% Lamar's fault. Like you said, it's just them having to get out of their own way. And then they could have probably walked away with that game. I'm not down on the Ravens, but I also have to take into account this is a new defensive coordinator. Zachary Orr taking over. It's not no easy battle to go your first game in the Kansas City. We always say it, there's a difference when you become the cook in the kitchen and you're calling the plays. McDonald had that unit on fire for 2 years. He's gone. I'm not gonna put that standard on you week 1, especially walking into KC and looking at what they got going on over there. Samaje Perine for the Chiefs was a sneaky pickup for me. I know fan favorite Carson Steele because of his story, people like that, but I think Perine can play a valid role in third down, pass protection, and stuff like that. Worthy, I hate when people box Worthy into the speed guy because the brother runs hell of routes. Like, he runs really, really good routes. I don't think he has a drop issue, but he makes every catch look hard to me. Kingsley. Yeah, Kingsley, left tackle, showing some love.
Starting.
Yeah.
Shout out to the nephew.
Getting it started from the jump, man. Creed done got paid. Trey's gonna get paid. Thuney. Down the line, this ain't nothing that affects the game, just kind of like forecasting. They got a runway to have Kingsley hold that spot down for a minute. So, again, early test for them. On the defensive side for the Chiefs, I'm like somebody who I was pretty high on coming out of the draft before, Felix Uzama and Aduke Uzama. I never got that second hyphen name. I was kind of wondering how he would work a rollout into this defense with Spags and them, pressure packages, whatever they want to use. I like the Chiefs linebacking core. Tranquil, you know how I feel about Bolton, Leo Chenal. But I think like the concern with this, though, is the Ravens wide receiving core. Like, is this a problem?
Let me pull up their wide receiver core so we can all take a look at it together.
Yeah. Is this a problem?
100% yes.
Zay Flowers, Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar. You got the double tight end package of Andrews and Likely. That's going to be fired. You know how Mont can use Darnell Washington and Brock Bowers while he was at Georgia. So I expect them to be very productive in their role. But Bateman, I keep asking for the Bateman breakout. Probably ain't going to happen.
What's funny
Um,
is Bateman reminds me heavily of Nelson Aguilar when he was with the Eagles. He
I'm
can give you
saying,
a hell of a play once or twice in a quarter, and then disappear for the rest of the game.
yeah. I'm looking at a name like Tez Walker. Um, Decent potential. I feel like a lot of people were super high on him. Then he just kind of cooled off. Somebody who I'm like, maybe he's a sleeper in this process. But I'm also looking at the Ravens O line.
Mm-hmm.
Can they support this run game that we're expecting them to have? So thank you. My wife is bringing me stuff. So you think it's a problem? Ravens receiving core, you cool on it?
I think
Hershey's,
I think the wide receiver
Hershey's
core,
chocolate chip cookies.
but that look bomb. I think the Ravens wide receiver core finally looks like what we've expected it to be all this
Yeah,
time, right? Because before they had some names over there where you were like, oh, okay, they got some people over there. They might do something. Now I think the names are starting to finally match the expectations. Now we're looking at it like, okay, they've heavily leaned into the fact that they're going to be a running team now. Hopefully, heavily leaned into that. Before, Mark Andrews was maybe a number two because of injury availability. But I think
yeah.
now that we look at their team, now they truly look like what we've expected them to be for the last 3 to 4 years.
I think there's going to be a lot of two tight end sets. There's
Oh
a lot
yeah, I
of
mean
mismatches.
Isaiah Likely, especially when Mark
Yeah.
Andrews went down last year, he stepped
Yeah.
up, he showed out.
Linderbaum, beast. Daniel Falele, thought he was going to be right tackle, right? That's what he came in at. Now
Yeah,
he's moving inside. I feel like down the line, Roger Rosengarten should be their guy for the future. We'll see how that goes. But defensively, they lost to Davian Clowney, the mastermind McDonald himself. You know how Roquan was pissing us off in that championship game? We was getting sick of that, brother.
man,
He was getting sick of that, brother.
missed
But
tackles, blown
yeah,
assignments.
quiet as it's kept, don't like the interior of their D line.
No,
Don't like Pierce, don't like Travis Jones. You can talk me up on them, just don't like it. Like Owe, like Mbadamuge, you can sell me on them. Interior gives me worries. Trenton Simpson, player with high potential. I don't know how much I could trust him to fill that role going into next year. Of a God dang it, I'm drawing a blank on his name. Who just left?
linebacker.
Who? Yeah, I'm drawing a
Um,
blank. He just
Patrick
went to
Queen.
Pittsburgh. Yes, I don't know how he can fill that role immediately. I feel like his skill set is a little different, so we'll see.
Yeah,
Van Noy, Humphrey, Hamilton, Marcus Williams, dudes I trust. Stevenson Mullet, care less about him right now at this point. I am keeping eyes on Nate Wiggins and TJ Tampa's involvement and development as the year goes on, not in week one.
I want to see what the Ravens do during the season with their interior D line because the depth ain't there. There really ain't anything that's proven to me that they're gonna make an impact there in the middle because that's usually been where they've had a lot of their strength, right? Is they got a beefy interior D line, and then they got linebackers that can go sideline to sideline. But now it's looking like okay, now you're gonna have to heavily depend on your secondary. You might see Kyle Hamilton come play down a lot like he has the last couple of years. He kind of has that free reign to do that. But where does that leave you on the back end with Marlon Humphreys, Marcus Williams, Brandon Stevens? Where does that leave you back there? We'll see.
I like Ajabo. I've still been pushing for bro. I think I got a soft spot for him ever since his pro day injury that caused his draft stock to fall. Like Adita Isaac in the draft process. But again, that's edge. I like the edge and I like the depth. I just don't like the interior. Even though I like Travis Jones, I just don't know how it's going to match up as they go during this year. Actually making me a little concerned as I talk about him though right now. Kind of thinking about him.
I think we might see a lot of pressure this year from them bringing the blitz. We might see them bring the blitz a little bit more often and bring the safeties down. We've already seen what Kyle Hamilton could do having that free reign to come down and play on the line of scrimmage.
I think it's kind of cliche for defensive coordinators to say is organized chaos is how he said the defense will be. Organized chaos. So we'll see how that goes. I tell people this. with Edwards-Helaire. Gonna tell people this with Isaiah Pacheco. I mean, the brothers last year in KC if he's trying to get some paper.
Mm-hmm.
The word on him is he's one of the best running backs in the NFL because 7th round rookie you could draft who wins Super Bowls, and then you'll tell me how you feel about him when it's time to cut him a check. You'll be ready to easily replace him.
Man, it's hard for me to say he's one of the better running backs in the league because you can't discredit the fact that you got Andy Reid back there, and you got Patrick Mahomes, and you got you can't ignore the fact that you have so many complementing pieces that when you got a guy like Pacheco that basically walks into 3 or 4 yards every play.
Yeah,
he walks into 3 or 4 yards just because everybody's trying to play disciplined defense, knowing that Pat could hit us with a play action and throw it down the field 50, 60 yards.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would have him right outside of the top 10. Rasheed,
yeah, you might as well say. Yeah.
I think it was that offseason stuff. That
Why isn't he suspended?
Oh, I thought he was.
Mm-mm.
Damn. Did they
You got people outraged.
They just ignore it altogether?
Yeah, they're waiting because I guess it's over their hands for them to do something.
For the criminal process, and then they're gonna go,
yeah.
Damn.
But you got players taking 4, 5, 6 games for gambling, the regular stuff, but they're like, yo, this brother he shouldn't be on the field.
Man.
So yeah.
They won't I don't think they'll have a Hollywood Brown for the first 6 games? 4 or 5?
Yeah, I know Hollywood's out week 1 for a fact. That's the last I saw was he was out week 1. That's gonna hurt. Bringing Juju over, I think Juju can just kind of fit right in.
Yeah,
quickly.
I think that was
be
smart.
Familiar.
I think as soon as he got cut from the Patriots, I felt like, okay, if you ain't going to the Chiefs, then you'll probably go back to the Steelers.
Yeah, he had to get his papers somehow. Now you come back, hey, you get right in, be productive. I think he's gonna fit right in pretty seamlessly.
Yeah, 2 sleepers on his team, though, is Justin Watson and Noah Gray.
Justin Watson stays open. OG at work be mad. He said, yo, Justin Watson is open all the time, and Pat just doesn't see him.
He's just Justin like Watson, Bobo on the Steelers. They both just always open.
Yeah, they be like, bro's always open. He's getting one-on-one. He's cooking people, and he just doesn't always give him a chance. Said he gets a chance, and he makes his play. He was like, brother could use some more targets, and he really should. So I get that part. Yeah, Justin Watson definitely. All right. You got the Chiefs winning and covering, or you got the Ravens covering and losing? What you got? It's 3.
I got the Ravens winning.
You got the Ravens winning?
And that's
I got the Chiefs, I got the Chiefs winning, but I got the Ravens covering 3.
I need to say that it ain't got nothing to do with me not believing that the Chiefs gonna be good this year. Because the last couple of years I've been saying like, man, this might be it. Nah, I'm getting off that train. I done got off. I done watched the train roll down the tracks. Like the Chiefs gonna be good this year, but I can't ignore the fact that the Chiefs struggled week 1. And it ain't ever got nothing to do with stuff that they can control either, or like that's uncontrollable. Last year it was drop passes and tips into interceptions. It's all controllable stuff. But I think what the Chiefs are really good at doing is getting all that stuff out of the way in the first couple weeks and then just cruising for the rest of the year.
Yeah. I got the Chiefs winning, but I do have the Ravens covering. So I think it will just be a field goal game.
Damn.
Yeah, I think Tucker's gonna keep the minute. I think Tucker's gonna keep the minute. Tucker gonna boot him a couple, 245ers, maybe a 50, keep it close enough, and then move on from there.
What's funny about Lamar being on the hot seat is we can say he's on the hot seat. It means absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
because they ain't got no alternative.
Nah, they like I said, he's paid. He's cool. 2 MVPs. He's locked, but there is starting to become concern on the ceiling of what can be built or how can be built? Is it a shortcoming on both Lamar and coaching end? Like what is going to happen with them?
It
So
might be more Harbaugh than it is Lamar, to be honest with you.
it can become hardball. Like it really can.
But how much of Harbaugh's history is going to hold him down there for the next couple years? We'll see, man.
You know, I'm not going to call no hot seat on either one of them, but when we get to the end of this year, one of them is going to have some questions. And I think the questions, I think the Ravens have to make, again, another conference championship game to calm the ship. Even though I know they want Super Bowl, like that's expectations I think that are set.
I think if they make it to the Super Bowl, they'll win the Super Bowl. They just got to get there.
Yeah, I think it's matchup. Well, I do like how they match up against a lot of NFC teams. So, but yeah, the AFC teams, they don't match up well with to me. All right. I got the Chiefs winning. You got the Ravens winning. I do have the Chiefs. I do have the Ravens covering 3. 2 Friday night, heading to Brazil. Green Bay, and can't say at the Eagles. Green Bay versus Philly in Brazil on Peacock. People be mad about these streaming services, boy. I'm telling you, people don't naturally got Peacock.
I love it.
I naturally got Peacock because my wife got some shows on there we watch. So I'm like, yo, it don't do nothing but benefit me. I'm just put that mug right on and be cool. So, dang, I did forget that game was Friday night. Like, I'm so busy on Thursday. Like, oh, we do got a Friday night game. So we good to go. All right, yo, Hoodoos. Eagles fan, Rep, what you got? How you feeling about the Eagles going into Friday night's game versus Parlay's Green Bay Packers?
Me and Parlay said it's going to be a tie, but since we here, I think the Eagles going to make a statement. Week 1, they have to make a statement. There is no question about what they have to do this game. They have to win this game, and I think they're going to win this game, and I think they're going to cover the spread. I think they win by at least a touchdown. At least I think the spread right now is 2.5 for the Eagles.
Dang,
I'm a little concerned at the fact that we're not going to have Devin White. He's not traveling with the team because of ankle injuries. I think really he just don't want to go to Brazil. He probably can't get his visa or something like that.
He's got a baby mama out there he ain't trying to run into.
He said, no. No, I think the Eagles make a statement, man. With all those weapons outside, I think they still continue to run the ball. And then it's going to be a good measurement of what our secondary looks like against Jordan Love coming off of a strong season last year. One crazy boneheaded play throwing across a body across the field in the playoffs ended their playoff run, but it's going to be a good test of our secondary, since that's really where all the issues is with our secondary.
I feel like I have the Eagles winning this game, 2.5. I think they'll definitely cover by a field goal. I initially was like, I think the Eagles should catch them by a touchdown. Offensively, locked and loaded, ready to go. Kellen Moore, play caller this year. I'm expecting good usage out of Saquon. I think he'll be able to lighten a lot of the load for the offense. I think a lot of those matchups are going to stay as is. I still don't know why people sleep on Skinny Batman the way that they do. Sleeping on Devontae Smith, like I just, it blows my mind. People don't think he's this really, really good wide receiver. I feel like they just think he's a product of AJ Brown being on the other side, and that's not the case. Green Bay secondary: Nixon, Stokes, McKinney, who came over from the Giants, Bullard, Alexander. I'm out on Stokes. I'm cool on Stokes. He just kind of is what it is at this point to me. I do see the potential with Nixon. Again, McKinney and Bullard intrigue me as safeties. New defensive coordinator Joe Barry is out the building. New dude in the building. We'll see how that goes. Rashawn Gary I felt like he kind of fell off on his hype train from like 2 years ago.
Man.
From where he was at or slated to be or being propped up to be. So want to see the Gary train get rolling. This defense to me is all about the dogs. Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt. How are they going to assert themselves and move this year? But Man, I trust. I felt about Matt LaFleur, most underrated, underappreciated coach in the game. The dude is a monster. I think what he has done with that young core is dope. I'm not gonna lie, because of that, I'm still trying to figure out how I really feel about the Packers O line. I'm still trying to still trying to figure out do I I'm still trying to figure out where do I think they stand at. But big shout outs to Malik Willis, man. Get you a job, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Keep you a check. Keep you a check, brother. Keep you a check. AJ Dillon, done. Marshawn Lloyd should get big work. I think when he comes in the game, they're gonna run the ball. When he comes in the game, they're gonna run the ball. They're not gonna pass it. Yeah, brother, is gonna run the ball. So and this whole agenda being pushed of the Packers need a number one wide receiver when I think skill sets complement each other from Watson, Dobbs, Reed, and Wicks. Them dudes all bring something to the table. I like Wicks the most out of them, brother. Smooth to me. But Jordan, man, say he ended the year great, tell of 2 seasons. There's a part of me who's like, what if that roller coaster of a person is there? What if there's just the streakiness?
I mean, I see it. I think we'll see his ceiling this year. We'll definitely see what Jordan Love's ceiling is this year.
Once you get 30 solid games of a quarterback, you can kind of tell exactly where they're at. And with Jordan Love, it was a tell of 2 years. You saw the second half much better, the great playoff game. And then I'm still looking and I'm like, man, the arm talent's ridiculous. That stuff is crazy. You can see the confidence and the awareness go through the roof. So just seeing how he specifically comes out this year, commanding the offense, I think is going to show a lot for me. But I do have the Eagles winning this game. I will take them to cover that 2.5. I'll take it by a field goal.
Yeah. I think hopefully we take control of the game early, and then it's just a matter of, using your strategy in the NCAA, run the clock, run the ball.
So, yeah. This is a great matchup to put week 1. I do like how they highlighted it on a Friday and put it in Brazil on a Friday. So there's no early mid-season travel. They can prepare to get there. Then both teams can get back and have the adequate time they need to prepare for week 2. So I feel like I appreciate that portion and part of how they did that and gave them a separate time. So I like that part about it.
I think the following week, they got later games too. I think the Eagles got a Monday night game the following week.
Yeah.
Yeah, against Atlanta. Did they do Green Bay dirty? Oh, they gave Green Bay a Sunday morning game.
Yeah, their next game after will be the Colts, so they should definitely have their regular week by the time they get back and get going. So
cool. That takes us into the Sunday games.
Sunday games. Which one do I got pulled up here? Let's go to the Steelers at Falcons.
Steelers at Falcons. Atlanta favored 3.5.
Atlanta favored by 3.5. Where are you at on the new look Falcons?
Man, to be honest with you, it's similar to what we talked about last year preseason with them. It looked good on paper. It looks great on paper, especially in that division. It looks great. But once you get outside of that division, and once you get into the rest of the other teams that they play this year, I don't know, man. You still got Kirk Cousins over there coming off of an Achilles? Coming off an Achilles. You got some great weapons over there for him to throw to, and we've all seen that he's capable of getting a rock around to everybody. But I don't know, man. Atlanta has a pretty good defense. I don't believe it until I see it. I can't be on the hype of what your roster looks like going into the season with a bunch of names. Because, damn, they got a bunch of names. They ended up landing, Justin Simmons in free agency at the very end of free agency. Yeah, hell of a pick for them. But
Simmons and Judon, both later signings or trade and signing. So that worked out for them there. I was very high. My favorite head coach in the process of the whole hiring cycle was Raheem Morris, because I hear everybody talk highly of him. Players coach, in the Mike Tomlin interview on the Pivot. Tomlin said that he was the best coach he's ever been around. So I was just very high on Raheem Morris off of a lot of the people who I just think highly of as players and coaches are high on him. We'll get to, and last year for me, it was a very simple analysis with Atlanta. They have a roster that's good, ready to go and to compete, but the holdback was quarterback and coach, Arthur Smith and Desmond Ridder. Now you got Raheem coming in with Kirk Cousins. Yes, Kirk Cousins is an improvement, better quarterback for me. But Kirk is, we talk about that line. Like we talk about that line of quarterbacks, and Kirk is that line.
Kirk is still Kirk.
Kirk is still Kirk. So if I was listening to Nick Wright, and he said Atlanta made investments to make sure that they weren't bad, that so they could win the division, but they didn't make the investments to make sure that they could actually contend.
Yep.
So I'm like, I've kind of agree with that. So I would not be shocked if Atlanta won the division and just stay good, but there's nothing in me that would like push them to be like, yo, I think this team could make a push in the playoffs.
I mean, I don't know, man. I keep looking at their O line and like their O line and their deep. I mean, obviously we're gonna get to it a little bit later, but their O line and their linebacker core, to me, I look at them and I'm just like, y'all are real mid right now.
See, but people love Atlanta's O line. You hear the media, they love Atlanta's O line.
I don't know,
but
man.
Can probably only name you Chris Lindstrom.
Facts.
Because he's one of the PFF high graded guards for the last couple of years.
I mean, everybody knows Jake Matthews. I'm surprised he's still
Atlanta Falcons reminds me of the Sacramento Kings.
Damn.
We brought Sabonis over. We'll be good, but that's just kind of it.
Damn.
There's a ceiling that we have, and that ceiling can be jumped. Like that's where I'm at with Atlanta.
I mean, I think everybody's leaning real heavily into Bijan. I think this will be the year that we see Kyle Pitts take off, especially with Kirk Cousins, who loves to throw to his tight ends.
Kyle Pitts was just said to be on limited snaps going into limited practice time going into week 1. So I don't know if it changes his status or not, but he said to be on limited time. I just think people be playing hoopla. But you already know how I feel. The worst week 1 coach to play is Mike Tomlin.
Oh yeah.
So you know where I'm at with this game. I don't think nobody wants to play Mike Tomlin in week 1. I feel like he's gonna have the team prepared and ready to go every time.
That's why in every single one of my parlays, I took the Steelers, and everybody looked at me like I showed a couple of homies at the gym, and they're like, "You took the Steelers against the Falcons?" I'm like, "Bro, do you know who Mike Tomlin is? The last couple of years in week 1, who'd they play last year? Week 1, the Bengals.
Yep.
And they won that game.
You can't get it. Hey, so, like you said, Atlanta's O-line. Do you like how Atlanta's O-line matches up against the Steelers' D-line?
No, not at all.
No.
And I mean, I don't like how a lot of teams' O-lines line up against the Steelers' D-line. But this Atlanta team, nah, man. Mike McDonald.
Yep. Let's because people gonna see my hat and be calling us a hater. Let's walk through the matchups. Is Kirk Cousins new quarterback to the Atlanta Falcons or Russell Wilson to the Steelers? Who has the advantage week 1?
Who has the advantage week 1? I think it's pretty even, to be honest with you.
Okay, it's pretty even. That's not the word on the social media, mainstream media streets. In the mainstream media streets,
they got Kirk Cousins with the advantage.
Kirk Cousins is like that guy esteemed over here on this side.
What?
So yeah, like people love Kirk. People is out on Russ. This is crazy.
Nah, to me that matchup is pretty even, right? Like
it's pretty even to me. Like the straight up Kirk Cousins Russell Wilson matchup is pretty even to me.
Yeah, because you got to think about who they're throwing to, right? Like who they're throwing to, and then the defense on the other side is what you got to factor into it. Steelers ain't no scrubs on defense.
No. The running backs, Bijan clears the Steelers room alone. Isn't Jalen out a couple weeks though?
I don't think so.
I could have sworn I seen a report that somebody was out. I thought it said Jalen was out.
Let's see.
I thought it said Jalen was out.
Got him questionable right now. Hamstring limited practice participant Wednesday. So he was a limited participant in practice. Got
Drake
him
London,
questionable though.
Darnell Mooney, Ray McLeod.
Who?
Drake London, Darnell Mooney, Ray McLeod. That is, I think. Is Kirk Cousins set up in the year of our Lord 2024? Is Kirk Cousins set up better this year, or was he set up better last year with the Vikings?
Last year. Even with Justin out when he was out. Because you got Justin Jefferson, you got Jordan Addison over there. Steelers got a bunch of white guy names on the D line. Hey, there's one thing I've learned in football. You got a bunch of white dudes on the line, it gets crazy.
Yeah. You need them.
But no, he was way more set up last year than he was this year. His running back situation is a lot better this year. But no, last year, I mean, TJ Hawkinson. Well, he didn't have TJ Hawkinson last year.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he got hurt.
He
got hurt. That's why. George Pickens, Van Jefferson, Calvin Austin for the Steelers. I like Roman Wilson. I don't know how much he's going to play a factor early. I just liked him with the draft. Freiermuth in Washington versus Kyle Pitts and Stuff. That's in Atlanta, the tight end battle. Steelers O-line could also still be a problem too. Rookie Zach Frazier starting at center. Again, it's early, week 1. It could become an issue.
Sel Malo's out too. Looks like he's out this game too.
So
won't suit up week 1 versus the Falcons. So they'll be down Isaac Selmalo at guard, who's probably one of your biggest assets, especially to a rookie center. You're not gonna have him there.
So yeah, that could cause problem too. Because Judon and them boys being over there, Grady, Godley, like it could be problems for Pittsburgh's O-line. But it's the Arthur Smith revenge game. You know what I'm saying? Arthur Smith coming back in the A. If Arthur happens to put on some fireworks, people in Atlanta are going to lose it. I'm talking about they're going to lose it.
He don't go to Atlanta and put up 50.
Oh my God, if Arthur goes to Atlanta and even like a 30 ball offensively, like has Russ on fire, Atlanta would lose their minds, bro. Atlanta will lose their minds. I promise you they will.
One thing I do not want to forget that I want to remind people about is Russ was playing so good last year at one point that the Broncos said, "Hey, bro, we need you to slow down, big dog. We need you to chill out. You playing, your style of play right now is not fitting to what we're trying to plan for the future." So they're essentially telling him, like, yo, we need as high of a draft pick as we can get, dog. We need you to chill out.
I don't want to do disservice to Atlanta's D-line, Grady Jarrett, David Onyemata, Zach Harrison, Matthew Judon, Caden Ellis. I feel like that's a good front. Troy Anderson, somebody who I liked during the draft process. Maybe it's just me being a simple golly comp. See if brother be Keith Brooking-ish like. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
Keith
kind of what they would probably that's kind of what they would need from him. The safeties, Simmons and Bates, elite. You can't stop that. AJ Terrell, I think he had his year, and then I think he's just a good corner. I don't think that year is like going to be duplicated, but Mike Hughes and D. Alford to me just look like money for anybody. So, week 1, I am not going against Tomlin. I got the Steelers going in Atlanta, winning straight out.
Oh, yeah.
I have the Steelers going in Atlanta, getting a smooth dub and getting out the building.
Me too.
So yeah, I'm not even going to entertain that. There's probably the one person in the world who I'm not going to bet against is Mike Tomlin on week 1.
Yeah.
I have them getting a good dub week 1 and making things very difficult for them.
There's a handful of coaches you just don't bet at certain time. The other one is Andy Reid off a bye week.
Man,
That you just don't do. I think he's lost one game out of a bye week in his career.
Steph's got ATL. He's got ATL winning.
Oh, Atlanta. Okay.
Atlanta said, I'm going with Pittsburgh. You got Pittsburgh. I guess the first one. Did we? Yeah, no, the second one. We both picked the Eagles. You picked the Ravens. I got the Chiefs. All right, we both got Pittsburgh. Going on. Any final thoughts on Steelers versus Falcons?
What you think? What you think Russell Wilson's little quote gonna be? He got one every year.
Lord help. That's what I think. That's what I think it's gonna be. Lord help, because the brother is a 2 interception game away from them asking for Justin Fields to come in and play. So
damn, ATL by 17. Jeez,
Atlanta by 17. Parlay is not playing. That is hilarious. Nah, taking the Steelers to get a dub week 1. To the next game, let's head to Buffalo. Cardinals at the Bills. Joe Brady, Bills OC, full offseason, took over the job after they fired the hell out of Ken Dorsey. Had the offense looking good. I like the way that they look.
Out of here.
Yep, got him fired like a mother sucker. No Stephon Diggs. Damn near that entire defense is absolutely new, torn down. The secondary that once was is no longer there. They are out of there. It is new times in Buffalo with the Cardinals coming in. The sneaky pick, John Gannon and his Gunners. Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr. What you think about this game, Moose?
Hey, I think the Cardinals gonna go in there and whoop their ass. I'm not gonna lie. I think the Cardinals gonna go in there and whoop their ass. For the sake of the parlay, I took the Bills. But I thought real hard about it before I went in there. I think I gotta think about it this way, man. Jonathan Gannon, Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison with a whole new look defense on the Bills. On top of the fact that Josh Allen ain't really got nothing to work with. Who's he throwing to? Khalil Shakur, Keon Coleman, Curtis Samuel. Nah, dog. MVS. Nah, I think that the Cardinals go in there and they win it by a touchdown.
I have the Cardinals covering, the Bills winning.
What was the spread?
Like a touchdown, like 6.5.
Yeah, man, I just like the Cardinals.
Zephyr says Bills by 2 scores.
Damn. I don't know, man. I look at the Bills secondary, and then I look at the Cardinals receiving corps, right? Trey McBride broke out crazy last year. Greg Dortch showed us a little bit of what he's capable of. Marvin Harrison he's Marvin Harrison, right? Like we gonna see what him and Kyler Murray are able to put together. But I think the factor in this game is gonna be James Conner and Kyler Murray's feet. Anytime Kyler Murray's extending a play, he gonna get it downfield.
Rasul Douglas, Taylor Rapp, DeMar Hamlin, Teron John, like it's just it leaves so much to be desired for me with the secondary. Gregory Rousseau, Daquan Jones, Ed Oliver, like the front is starting to leave a little bit to be desired to me too. You know what I'm saying? Milano, IR. It's like, is Sean McDermott gonna be enough of a mega mind brain to help these brothers out? I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it. Josh is a beast though. James Cook might do numbers. But yeah, Khalil Shakur, Keon Coleman, who was my wide receiver 5 this year. I think he's gonna do good things. I'm taking the Bills to win. I'm taking the Cardinals to cover by a touchdown, so they're not gonna lose by a touchdown.
Damn.
I do still think it's a little bit, but I am intrigued by the Cardinals. I'm Bills by 2 scores is a lot.
If I was putting my money somewhere, I'm putting it on the Bills, right? Like if I'm gonna put it in a parlay, which we're gonna do later in the episode. If I was putting it in a parlay, I'm taking the Bills to cover. But
I'm taking the Cardinals.
asking me week to week as far as like this week's game, I think the Cardinals got a chance to go in there week one and make a statement.
That's what I'm saying. I'm taking the Cardinals to cover. I don't think there's no way that they lose by a touchdown to me. I think they'll cover.
I look at Josh Allen and some of the bad mistakes he made as a quarterback the last 2 years. A lot of it was bailed out by his receivers. Right?
Yeah.
Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs, Dalton Kincaid last year. And now I'm looking at like, bro, you ain't got nobody to bail you out. We're going to see what kind of quarterback you really are stepping back in the pocket.
I think Kyler's going to do good numbers this year. I think he's going to remind everybody who he is. I don't think he's going to be obviously you have to have a team that's, towards the top of the standings, but I don't want to say MVP level, but I don't think people will be like, oh, they should be thinking about moving off of Kyler after this year. I don't think that's the case. Like I said, Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to do his thing. I think Trey McBride is going to do nasty numbers this year. I think Trey McBride might finish top, I don't want to say top 5, top 10 tight end statistically this year. I think he's got that in him. But yeah, defensively, Darius Robinson is out on IR, somebody I like, and Ojulari from previous drafts. I think once they get in the mix of it, this defense could open up. But Buda Baker can't be around there too long, but I do like the potential in the secondary. Button, Melton, Williams, I think they got something that could grow there.
I think they might. I think Buda Baker's gone before the end of the season.
Yeah, I had to move that to trade deadline.
Yeah.
I had to move that to trade deadline. I was like, I think you're gonna be up out of there. So yeah.
Cool.
So I got the Cardinals covering, Bills winning.
For the sake of this conversation, I got the Cardinals winning. It's gonna change when we get to the parlay, but I got the Cardinals winning this game.
No, you gotta pick your side, man. You can't switch sides. You gotta pick. You gotta stand on a side.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals, man. Cardinals. I picked the Cardinals.
Pick the Cardinals to cover. That's it.
Cardinals to cover. 6.5. If they lose, it's gonna be by a field goal. If they win, it's gonna be by a touchdown.
Yeah, see, the 6.5 is money then.
Go
That's
Cardinals.
money.
Go Cardinals.
That's money. All right, y'all. To the next game. Tennessee Titans versus Chicago Bears. The first pass that Caleb Williams throws is going to be spammed on the internet. like it's going to be spammed on.
If it's an interception, you're going to go on X and you go see trending Caleb Williams bust.
There's no first pass that's not going to be like overreacted to when it comes to Caleb and the Titans. The Titans are wildly being disrespected in this game, which to me is like the way that they've been talking, listening to Jeffrey Simmons in there, and they're like, yo, we ain't. Yeah, like they been hot. They've been like they've been mad. They've been like, yo, why y'all doubting us like this for? So I have the Titans covering. I'm gonna say the Bears are gonna win. But it was like 4.5, 4. I think the Titans cover. I do think Jeffrey Simmons and them on the inside is gonna cause some problems. Paula says Titans by 30. Bears hater through and through.
Damn.
That is.
I'm gonna take the Bears on this. I'm with you on I think they cover too.
The Bears cover.
I think the Bears cover. I think it's 4 right now.
Yeah, I got the Titans covering.
Yeah,
I think it'll be a close game.
I think the Bears cover just for the fact that when you got Caleb Williams coming in, you made all those moves. You sent Justin Fields on his way for a bag of chips. You almost have to come out week 1. You almost have to make a statement. You almost got to come out there, and I think Caleb Williams gonna throw for 2 touchdowns. I think DeAndre Swift gonna have 100 yards rushing.
I just seen that Swift had something about police charges on him. So,
damn, DeAndre, you lead the Eagles, and this is what you do?
Yeah, so I just seen a report said that there's like a report out on him. I was like, oh shoot, for real? I ain't know how true it was. I just scrolled past it. Was like, does he really have something out? Like,
Hey, whether it's Swift or Khalil Herbert's a nice running back too.
I think Roshan Johnson is the best running back on that roster.
Damn.
Yeah, and I think signing Swift only suffocated him. I think he's the best running back on that roster. So you could say, yeah, but Swift provides the passing. I'm like, I think Roshan could do that in run the same way.
I mean, you got one hell
So
of a wide receiving core over there, which why you ain't get that to Justin Fields, I don't know.
That was just mismanagement of the previous GM. Like that. That's just a GM not doing his part. But my matchup of the game though, because I was really intrigued by this one, is the Titans receivers versus the Bears secondary. Ridley Hopkins and Tyler Boyd are gonna find somebody in that Bears secondary and take advantage of them all game. And the fans are gonna ask for that dude to be fired. They are going to ask for that dude to be fired. I promise you. And I already got a feeling they're going to treat Tariq Stevenson very bad.
You're gonna see Jaquan Brisker rolled over the top of Stevenson all game.
Said Justin Fields is a running back. Caleb RB2. Is stupid. Yeah, I told you the Titans receiver core is like OGs. Hooping, they are gonna find the weak link and take advantage of them. And I think whoever gets to Tariq Stevenson to me might have 20 total targets this game. Like I feel like they are just going to attack him, and they're just gonna take advantage of that.
The Titans low key got a wide receiver core, man. Like from
D-Hop,
1 to 3 all the way to tight end Okonkwo. They kind of nice. They kind of nice.
We know D-Hop hoops. Ridley, he gonna get by somebody. Boyd, he just gonna spot up and make sure you getting work. So Boyd and Gordon might be seeing a lot of each other. But if Stevenson has to deal with Ridley all day, or they find a way, I just feel like Jalen Johnson, great corner. I feel like they're just gonna find a way to attack Stevenson.
I also think the Bears linebackers can't cover anybody really. TJ Edwards, you getting Tremaine Edmonds. I don't believe in you, dog. But if I'm looking at Okonkwo, I think Okonkwo has a big game this game.
Yeah, don't say to believe in Edmonds, the Bears fans. I think he's cool. Like, but then that's it. Montez Sweat, Javon Dexter, leading the charge up front. Quiet as it's kept. I like the 4th string guy they got. Rookie they drafted, Austin Booker from KU. I think he's got really good potential coming up. Probably the most guaranteed all-pro on the Bears is Torrey Taylor, the punter. This brother's a beast. that brother's a beast. Torrey Taylor might be the first all-pro person from this roster for the Bears. That brother might go all-pro his rookie year. Torrey Taylor's a beast.
I want to know what punters do when they get to the Pro Bowl, if they get to the Pro Bowl.
Man,
they just big chilling the whole week.
Man. So I do like the Bears to win, trusting the defense in them. I do know Brian Callahan, first year head coach with Will Levis. But both teams, new quarterbacks, new coordinators calling plays, coaches for Tennessee, coordinators for Chicago. Chicago's coordinator is Shane Waldron coming over from Seattle. When people say this is supposed to be a high-powered offense, like any Bear fan has referenced that to me, I just asked them how they felt about Seattle's offense, and then it just kind of goes a blank because they don't know how they feel about Seattle's offense. And I'm like, that's what's coming here. I'm like, if you don't know what they did in Seattle, I think you have a bad expectation of what you might be expecting to be done in Chicago. This brother runs 2 tight end sets like a mother sucker, and he had DK, JSN, and Tyler Lockett. He had weapons and Geno over there throwing dots. So this is again, I'm intrigued to see how Shane Waldron works with a rookie quarterback because he was working with Geno the last 2 years. So
one of the safest of safe quarterbacks.
Yeah. So it could look very different. I feel like that part is being missed
Tell
in
me about
all
it.
the factors. Said for tell me about it. Yeah, like I don't know. I part of me's like Shane Waldron could. Do you like what Shane did as OC for Seattle?
I mean, we don't have no proof that he can develop a quarterback either. So
Yeah, but so people give Canellas the Geno help hike, but it was like, no, Shane was the OC. Like Shane was the actual OC for the 2 years Geno was doing his thing. I
formation on third and
formation
four
on
again.
third and four again.
Stretch to the left and let's hope K9 can make a play.
This is the play caller that's coming over. This isn't Cliff, who he's used to playing with. This isn't Lincoln Riley, who like Caleb is playing with. Like, this is Shane Waldron. This is a different dude. Like, I just think there's a different expectation of what people might expect to see versus what they will see. So I'm
still taking the Bears.
Are you in on Caleb? Or you said what?
Still taking the Bears. Am I in on Caleb? Do I buy
you in on Caleb or you out?
No.
Define no, like.
I think he was the number one pick because you ain't had no other choice but to be a number one pick. You put him in any other draft, he's a middle of the round quarterback. I don't trust Caleb. And this goes back to just USC quarterbacks, bro. We've had this conversation before. I don't trust a USC quarterback. Show me a USC quarterback that came out and was successful.
Is Caleb a top 10 quarterback?
No. In this NFL today?
In this NFL?
Hell no.
Not this year, but do you think he'll be a top 10 quarterback?
No.
I think he's got top 10 in him.
I think he's outside of the top 10. 5 years
That's cracking
from now.
me up.
5 years from now, you still got
I formation third and fourth.
5 years from now, you still got Herbert, you still got Trevor Lawrence, you still got Jordan Love, you still got.
There's a lot of people who's
Joe
here is
Burrow.
going to be around for a while.
And I just those names that are already established in the league that are still pretty young guys, I can't put them over there.
To the other side, Mayo Man, Will Levis, you in or you out?
I'm out. I'm out. Will Levis is going to end up with Carson Wentz. You're going to see one really good year from him, and I think it's going to be this year.
MVP year before he got hurt. Though,
and that's what I'm saying. You're going to see one really good year, and it's going to be this year. You're going to see a really good year from Will Levis because you ain't got Derrick Henry. You ain't got
I don't think it's this year, though. I think if they give him next year, I think Will could do it next year. I don't want to put that on him this year.
I think that's why he does it this year. Because ain't nobody expecting him to come out and ball out. You're going to look at, okay, new coach, new offense, new situation, no running back to lean on. I saw flashes last year. Will Levis, like, okay, you reminded real heavily of Carson Wentz. And you got 3 dogs at wide receiver. I think this year we see a solid year from Will Levis. And then he just falls off the cliff for the next couple of years.
Will cool. All right. You know what? I can mess with that. I think I can agree with that. I like that. I think I can agree with that. All right. So we both got the Bears winning, and we both got the Titans covering. All right. Bet. To the next game. Let's go ahead and head up to Cincinnati. Patriots. Heading up to Cincinnati. Jamar Chase said he practiced. They say he practiced. He might not play. I don't know. The brother wants his money. Jamar wants his money. T. Higgins on the tag. Joe Burrow. Eminem in it. And the Patriots just doing the right thing and starting Jacoby Brissett.
You know, Patriots go get smacked.
The spread. I think it's the biggest spread of the weekend. 9.5.
9. Oh, it's 8.5 now.
That might go like 10 a couple weeks ago. Then it's 9. Now you say it's 8.5.
Bruh. I ain't even gonna talk about this matchup too much. The Bengals are gonna sussa this team. And if it was Megamind over there, I'd have a whole different conversation. I'd be willing to talk about some things. It's a whole new coach, it's a whole new regime, it's a whole new everything over there. Joe Burrow coming back. Jamar Chase got something to prove. They about to sussa the Patriots. They gonna win by like 2 touchdowns.
God. All right. So Bengals spread for you at 8.5. I think I also would go Bengals spread at this point, even though I'm scared of those spreads.
Patriots by 6.
Yeah, I don't. Patriots by 6. I like New England secondary. Marcus Jones, Christian Gonzalez, Jabril Peppers, Kyle Duggar, Jonathan Jones. I really like their secondary. Like, I think that's a really good secondary. The rest, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel about it.
You got the
Like,
you got the YMCA D line and linebacking core.
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, shoot, hold up. My bad. Is that me? Did I mess something up?
Nah, you good.
All right, cool. Making sure something, again, wife's laptop. I really like Patriots secondary. Like I said, it is what it is with the rest of the defense. Jacoby Brissett, I think they are. Well, I'm not gonna say I think. I'm pro sit your franchise quarterback for a couple games if you possibly can. Just to take off pressure for whatever reason. Ramondre Stevenson, still a beast. I believe so. I like Jalen Polk. I think brother's gonna be nice. I think Javon Baker's gonna show some flashes, but then after that, like you said, that's just kind of it.
Man.
Like, I think the Patriots should hold on for dear life, protect Drake May, and when the time comes, let the brother get in there. I really do like their secondary though.
Yeah, as good as their secondary is, I think they just gonna gas out, man. Like,
yeah, you can't keep up with that mess.
You covering Chase, Higgins, Gesicki, Zach Moss he's proven that he can come out the backfield. I think they're just gonna gas out, man. They're gonna have a strong first half. I think after the first half they'll probably be down like a field goal or a touchdown. But second half comes around, I think it might be over for the Patriots pretty quick.
I'll say it out loud. I like Zach Moss more than Joe Mixon for this team this year.
Oh yeah, 100%. Me too.
I don't feel like moving on for Joe Mixon was a loss when you bring in Zach Moss. I'm like, oh, I like that. It's no loss to me. I love Jermaine Burton. I think Jermaine Burton's gonna do nasty things this year with the attention being on Chase and T. I think Jermaine is gonna be like, dang, this brother got 2 touchdowns in this game for no reason. Like, yeah, I think Jermaine's he's gonna be very impactful. Not just numbers. I think he's gonna be impactful for the team. The goddamn O-line, though. The question that always is gonna be Orlando Brown. Trent Brown, Amarius Mims is out for a couple weeks. Last I looked, I think they said 6-ish weeks the brother might be out. When I last seen the report, I think they were trying to put him at tackle or potentially guard to start it. So, again, O-line issues. I know we have all been pretty high on the Bengals front. Hubbard, Hendricks, we think them dudes. Logan Wilson, beast, monster. Is it about time for the drop off?
Yes, 100%. I think so. I mean, and a lot of it I look at like they've been on the field a lot the last couple of years, right? Time of possession for the Bengals ain't that great. And this is me not looking at numbers, not looking at stats. But I think Bengals defense is just on the field too long.
And that's why I think. But like when I watched the Bengals play the Bills last year, I felt the Bengals offensive game plan supported their defense to benefit. I felt like it was a complementary game, and I felt like Joe Burrow and them was able to control that. I think that's the type of offense we can see from them. Is that type of? I'm sorry. That's what I think. I think as much as the Bengals will be high powered, is you'll also see them be able to sustain 9, 10, 11 play drives just to take pressure off of their defense. I think they'll be capable of that. I don't like the secondary. Cam Taylor-Britt. I got my respects for Von Bell. think that's a wrap though. Geno Stone, Dax Hill, Mike Hilton. I just don't like the group.
Father said Bengals ain't striking no fear in anyone's eyes with this roster.
I think we would have to see a master class coaching wise down the line, but I think the Bengals schedule benefits them a lot.
Yeah. I mean, their toughest matchups is going to be in the division.
Yeah, their toughest matchups will be in the division. After that, they play a last place schedule. So they, even if they split in division, they should walk to 5 or 6 more wins and kind of call that a day. This could, again, we talk about like right place, right time. This could kind of be right place, right time for them to, walk to a number 1 seed.
Hey, we got the Bengals on my birthday. We're gonna smack them.
Let's go. So we both got the Bengals winning, covering 8.5.
Yes,
covering 8.5. All right, to the next game. Let's go to Indy.
Ooh, snap.
Let's go to Indy.
Got some hot takes here.
You do?
Got some hot takes here.
Send them.
Man.
Send them. Houston at Indy. Send the hot take. Make it hot dog.
Yo, Indy about to win this game.
Okay, so I had Indy winning. I'm giving them their respect at home. I have Indy winning. I think they'll handle business at home.
Indy wins, and they make C.J. Stroud look extremely regular.
But they did last year, though.
See, we know that. Me and you know that. The Colts could just as easily have been that hot team going into the playoffs if they won that game. We know that.
Week one, Colts Texas matchup was a blowout. Like that was done early. The second matchup, man, off the top, I do know CJ had the deep ball to Nico, couple cool plays, but Indy made it a fight. Like I said, on that end, I just felt like it was the drop pass on play call, that cost the Colts the chance to take that game.
Out the backfield.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't shocked. I was a little shocked at the spread. Again, I'm gonna give my respects to the Colts and them. I think they just, as division opponents, they'll handle business at home.
Oh yeah, and I think it's more of a hot take for people watching as opposed to us, because I think we're all on pretty much the same page when it comes to every team, right? And we know that Indianapolis is just as hot as Houston. Only difference is we saw Houston a little bit longer last year going into the playoffs. It's the only difference. Yeah, they added some pieces. Yeah, they got Stephon Diggs. I just think this Indianapolis, this Colts team is just built better. Are they coached better? I don't know if I can say that. But they're built better. And I like the way they're built more than I like the way that the Texans are built.
I like the Colts this week 1. Like you said, I think AR-15 will always give any team in the proper place matchup nightmares. Taylor with Trey Sermon backing them up is crazy. Pittman, I think Downs is out week 1 though, so it's cool for me because hopefully AD Mitchell gets the targets I think he should get and turn that up. Defensively, I want to see Latu get on. Well, I can't wait to see how he does in this first game. Kwity Paye, Buckner, Grover, EJ Speed, just some dudes who've been on this defense doing their thing for real. Like I said, I'm giving the Colts, they respect at home too. I think they'll handle business at home week 1.
And Latu on the same line as DeForest Buckner. That's gonna be fun to watch. Kwity Paye.
I'm very interested with this matchup. But I'm gonna take the Colts also to win at home.
Cool.
AR-15. We only got 4 games of him last year. What do you think he looks like this year? Dude, in the sample size you got people projecting that over 16 games. It's a crazy number. Where are you at on AR?
It might gonna be a reach. I think AR gives us a season similar to what Cam had his rookie year. What was that 4,000 passing?
That was the only year he did 4.
Couple hundred yards rushing. What do you throw? Did you throw like 30 touchdowns that year?
Nah, he only did 30 his MVP year.
What was it, 30 altogether?
Yeah, I think it was like 30 total. Yeah, it was more than 30.
That's kind of where I'm at. That's kind of where I'm at with AR. Yeah, we only had a four-game stint to watch him do what he did, but I'm not even gonna look at those 4 games. I'm looking more. You got a full off season with what you needed. You got your 4-game sample last year. Which to me, I look at that as the equivalent of as if they just benched him all year and he sat behind Gardner Minshew. That's kind of the equivalent of what I look at that as. Now you got Joe Flacco right there with you in the off season, giving you what you need from his perspective. I don't know, man. I think AR-15 is set up pretty nicely.
Sam Ellinger, lifelong coach, man. Do your thing, bro.
Hey, yo, I got his rookie card.
Yeah, Sam Ellinger, do your thing, bro. Way to make the roster. Keep getting your checks, brother. Keep getting your checks.
You go see him on the roster every year.
AR, yeah, I could definitely see 30 total touchdown season from him. Again, I think the ceiling breaker on this team for me though was AD Mitchell. Pittman did his thing last year. I also think play calling benefited that, the way like his usage, but the way that I think AD Mitchell could blow the ceiling off of this team, I'd like, because I think super highly of him. Said he was my wide receiver 4. I felt like he was right in that class with the top dudes. Yeah, if AD Mitchell is who I believe he is, this dude's gonna be. People gonna be like, yo, they were so stupid for letting him fall. So I'm gonna be on one side of history with that one. I think AD Mitchell is elite for real. A lot of his knocks just didn't make sense to me. So, and Houston, you said both of these teams played a win and get in game in the playoffs. It said we feel like people missed that part. Where are you at on CJ? Are you on the top 10 train?
Yeah. I think he gets there. I think they surrounded him with enough. His O-line is solid enough for him to be consistent. But yeah, I think CJ Stroud finds his way into the top 10. Maybe not this year.
I don't know. People got him in the top 10 now.
No.
People got CJ like as high as like 5'6".
That's crazy to me.
That's on the outside.
I know that's us. I know we look at it as like, bro, you just got off your rookie year. That was amazing. What do you do year 2?
Yeah.
But no, I don't think so.
Diggs named team captain today or yesterday, one of the days.
Chiefs Kingdom. Lego my ego. What up? Welcome.
What up? Oh yeah, we ready. Ready for game day tomorrow. Diggs named team captain. Tank Dell, Nico Collins. I am dying for somebody to save John Mechie. Brother is a beast. His rookie year started, because of his medical issues in history. Like you said, coach-wise, offensive line, the way that the team is built, I feel like they are good to go. We was on Will Anderson, Hitman Hunter coming over. Not gonna lie, like looking at it now, kind of unimpressed by the linebacking core.
Man, outside of Alshire, I don't know.
But I mess with Stingley, Petrie, 2 guys I was high on. Lassiter, somebody who I think can be good for them. So yeah, I think they're set up. But week 1, I'm gonna lean the Colts. I'm gonna take the Colts to get that dub.
Yo,
taking the Colts to get that dub.
Same.
And it was like Colts was home underdogs.
Yeah, they're underdog by 3 points. It's a 3-point spread for Houston.
Speaking of, this was one of my top 3 games of the week. Texans at Colts. Technically, this was my 3rd ranked game. The next game we'll talk about is my number 1 ranked game.
Damn.
Jags at Dolphins.
Number 1.
Yeah. Jags at Dolphins.
Okay.
This is game of the week for me.
Yo, okay.
This is game of the week. I've been on my T-Law top 10 quarterback. Tua just got paid. I was on Tua's not a bad quarterback. He's a starting quarterback. He got paid. You got 2 dudes who I've been fighting for there. Then you got Dougie P. God, I know y'all was hurt, Dougie P. That was stupid. I know I was hurt. Your team was hurt, Dougie P. I was 8-3. Big fall off. Can't have that happen again. Mike McDaniels got an extension. He's not on no hot seat. He got his bread. Tua got their bread. They're all in on him. But both of these teams, well, Jacksonville, according to the odds, is second to win the AFC South. The Dolphins is third. This is the game of the week to me because it is essentially a very early playoff matchup to me.
Damn, you think so?
Yeah, like I think both of these teams should find their way to the playoffs, but I think because of circumstances, one of them will miss it. I'm taking Miami to win this game, though. You know what I'm saying? At week one, there's some people you don't want to deal with, and all that speed is not what you want to deal with week one. I do know the Jags drafted Brian Thomas Jr., brought over Gabe Davis. I'm on Gabe Davis as a Jag. I am still trying to figure out where I'm at on Brian Thomas Jr. I see what people see. I'm just trying to figure out where I'm at on that. I like the Jags D-line. Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker, Armstead. I think they could do some work.
Yeah, they got a nice D-line.
Secondary-wise, Cisco and Savage. Love the safety combo. Hate the DBs.
Hate the DBs, bro. Ronald Darby.
Yeah.
Bryson Campbell.
Let me not say hate. It's just a big discrepancy in the way that I like the safety combos to the way that I like the corners.
Yeah, man. I got the Dolphins. I got the Dolphins winning this pretty convincingly too.
Yeah, me too. But this feels like a matter of fact. I feel the same way about the Jags secondary that I feel about Atlanta's. Love the safeties, don't like the corners.
I can see that.
So that's where I'm at with that.
Crazy enough, as bad as the corners are, not as bad as they are, but I think the running backs for Miami eat this game up.
That's how I'm feeling. Devin Lloyd and Chad Muma might be in hell.
Oh man,
they might.
They not about to set no edges at all. You're not gonna have a chance to unless y'all out there running a wide 9, bro. Like you got Devon Achane and Mostert. Nah, you're not setting no edges with them, bro.
Yeah, they might. Lloyd and Muma might be in hell all game. You know what I'm saying? Trying to deal with this rushing attack and what Miami is gonna bring. So yeah, I'm taking Miami. I think the spread, like when I last looked, was like 3.5. I got them by a touchdown.
Yep, still 3.5.
Yeah, I think Miami offense is too much for that. And speaking of OBJ, way to finesse the system, brother.
Man,
way to get paid to go to Miami and to kick it. That brother probably gonna play like 30 snaps this year total.
I don't even think he played for the first 3-4 games. They got him out with
he's not. That brother's
undisclosed off-season procedure. Bro might not even play a game.
Yeah, the brother's getting paid to chill in Miami. He is kicking it. And I like what Miami did defensively. Bringing over Jordan Brooks, Jordan Poyer. I like that. Ramsey, Fuller, like that. Agba, want to see how he works out. Mo Kamara was somebody in the draft process I like too. Calais Campbell. I like the defense. I feel like everything is elevated with the team. I felt like I'm hoping they learned lessons from last year and just take it going into this year. Yeah, week 1, Miami at home. It's a dub.
Jalen Phillips about to come back. See what he can do coming off that Achilles, man. He was having a hell of a year when he tore his Achilles.
Man. So yeah, hopefully all that is smooth.
This is honestly where I thought Latu was gonna land, was with Miami.
Yeah, where the hell Chop Robinson go?
Damn.
Oh, second string. I thought he was on edge. Outside. They got him. All right, got you. They got him there. All right, taking Miami to win, cover the spread. Question of the day. Is this Dougie P's last year as head coach in Jacksonville?
Damn, already?
I'm thinking it's about that time to put Dougie P on the hot seat.
Damn, already? No, I don't think so. Just because, like, I'm looking at the health of Trevor Lawrence the last couple years. Last year's, I'm not going to lie, last year's drop-off was almost as bad as the Eagles' drop-off.
They was hurt.
But
Some things happened. But Dougie P's, you had to find a way to clutch it.
Situationally, man, I don't think this is his last year. I think he has at least all of this year. If we're talking about putting him on a hot seat, it's gonna be next year. We're gonna get into next year and be like,
even if the Jags don't make the playoffs.
Nah, even if they don't make the playoffs, just because I look at the two teams in front of them in their division, And as a GM, as an owner, you can't look at Dougie P and be like, "It's your fault. They better than us."
I think they will. I think if the Jags miss it, Dougie P is gone. I
Ooh,
think he's
Damn,
out of
what's
there.
what's the alternative though?
Bobby Slowick and Ben Johnson.
Damn. I don't know, man.
Even though I'm heavy on the Bobby Slowick's taking over Dallas gig, there's candidates. Jacksonville did ask for Evero to come do DC interviews, but because it's a lateral move, it can be denied. There was some backdoor head coach candidates they kind of try to get to fill in certain jobs that got denied because they're lateral moves.
You know who I would love to see over there if Dougie P is out? Mike Vrabel.
Vrabel to the Jags.
I would love to see Mike Vrabel over there with that defense. Mike Vrabel ain't never had a quarterback
back to the
that was
AFC
capable.
South.
Mike
Death
Vrabel,
to them all.
That man ain't never had a capable quarterback. I don't care what nobody says. Yeah, he had Mariota. Mariota lost his job because he had a concussion.
South, death to them all. Pushing the agenda. Man. Vrabel back to the AFC South. Death to everybody. Death to everybody.
Bring that man back to the AFC South.
Oh, that is hilarious. All right, so we both got Miami winning and covering, right?
Yep. 3.5.
Bet. All right, time to go down to New Orleans with my people. My Carolina Panthers heading down to New Orleans to play the New Orleans Saints. Dennis Allen, Derek Carr, and them boys. New head coach for the Panthers, Dave Canales, Bryce Young. We are in the building. The worst 2 games I had to watch last year, on top of the Colts games, was both games against the Saints. They were the worst games to watch because both of them showed a glaring difference in both games that I felt they addressed this offseason. For the Saints, new coordinator, Clint Kubiak, Shanahan tree guy coming over. This podcast has been a 99% Derek Carr is trash. I've been the 1% saying Derek Carr is not trash.
He's trash.
Yeah, so yeah. Spencer Rattler, ready to sneak up and steal the job. Dennis Allen, I feel like, is also where I stand with Doug Peterson. If the Saints don't win the division or get into the playoffs, he's fired.
Oh, fire him right now then.
Him right now, dude.
Fire him right now, bro. Fire him right now. Alvin Kamara gone. Chris Olave gone. Fire him right now.
Chris ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, he ain't
Chris
going
ain't
nowhere.
going nowhere.
Alvin Kamara about to be gone next year, though.
Chris ain't going nowhere. Alvin, maybe. If some stuff happened, I think they'll hold him down and keep him around. I'm there with Dennis. I feel that from the fan base. That if Dennis Allen does not win the division and get to the playoffs, he's gone. They did technically end the season last year with the tiebreaker with the Bucs. The Bucs just won the tiebreaker, so that's why they got into the playoffs.
Hear me out. The Saints are gonna have the worst record in your division.
Not the first person it's been getting pushed a lot lately. A lot of people are extremely down on the Saints going into this year.
They have an old defense that I don't like.
I still think their secondary is probably one of the better secondaries.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking, you got
Adebo, Matthew Lattimore, Taylor, Kool-Aid.
But I mean, if you're looking at your front seven, what are you going to do with your front seven in order to help your secondary? You know what I mean?
That's just me giving respect to DeMario and Cam Jordan because they've been there so long doing it that I kind of just expect them to keep it up.
And I think Cam Jordan just going to fall into his age this year.
O-line wise, Rams check, season-ending IR stuff. So Penning has to go to right. Talisi's taking over at left. It, calls for concern up there in front with the O-line for New Orleans. So I'm not – defensively, they always give a tough matchup for us. So that's where I'm like, that could be difficult.
What's the spread? 4?
There's like 4 floating around.
That's it?
Yeah.
Well, what you got with your team, man? What you think y'all doing? Y'all winning this game?
Oh yeah, you know me. I'm never picking against my team. That's a never. The problem with last year's games is first one was week 2. Game was booty stupid, and then we got to the goal line. Bryce fumbled, being dumb, reckless with the ball. Second game, stuff was open, and receivers felt him. O-line felt him. I think it was probably one of the better individual Bryce's performance for me, but it was like, yo, there's just so much around this dude that just doesn't work. It makes everything hard. This is like receivers can't catch the ball to get open. Receivers can't get open. O-line can't block. It's like, yo, two things couldn't go together. So I'm hoping at least one of those things work this game. And I'm hoping more so it's just the O-line. I just want the O-line. I think if this team could run the football, it'll take a lot of pressure off.
How long does Miles Sanders last on the roster?
Till week 4.
Damn, week 4.
Yep. Soon as Jonathan Brooks gets off IR, Sanders is gone. That's the only reason why that brother's still around is because Jonathan Brooks is on IR. The moment Brooks comes back, they are going to play that brother and they are going to sit and or move Sanders.
Damn.
Because they made it clear that Chuba is RB1.
Yeah, they did. They even put Miles Sanders on third on the depth chart at one point.
So yeah, Miles he's living until Jonathan Brooks comes off of IR. Because running back wise, he's still better than Blackshear. Blackshear is our return guy. Blackshear, he get about 3-4 touches. It's always something gimmicky to get him in space. I don't expect that to be different with Canellas. But once Brooks comes back, I definitely don't see Sanders staying around. Unless he's just kicking it all vibes. Unless the stuff is going good and he wants to kick it, then yeah, he can kick it.
Do y'all cover the spread?
I would definitely take us to cover. I think both teams is still even enough that I don't see us not covering.
Bet. Did you have the Chiefs covering the spread?
No, I had the Ravens covering.
Damn, that ticket gonna look stupid. Cool. I'm with you. I'm taking the Panthers this game.
So I'll be keeping eyes on for the Deontay Johnson matchup. He's gonna get Lattimore, and Lattimore's gonna follow him. So I just want to see that quality matchup and how they do. And then just really the interior of the O-line. I just want to see what type of protection and play calling. Dave Canellas has been very emphatic on 2.7 seconds. His brother says it every interview. So everything should be fairly quick unless it's a design shot play. So I expect, I'm not going to lie, run game is some pretty gimmicky screen stuff just to get the ball out and move. That's what I'm expecting. But you know me, I'm not picking against my team. You said the what?
This $5 ticket gonna be crazy. Hey, yo.
All right. To the next game. Dang, we still got. People need bye weeks. There's a lot of games left.
6 games left. We can probably get through these next couple pretty quick just because of where they are roster-wise.
Bet. Vikings at Giants. Thoughts?
Man,
I don't want Dayball to get fired because of shortcomings of the roster.
I don't want him to get fired either because of that same reason. I'm taking the Vikings,
but I'm taking the Vikings to win this game.
Yeah, and they're going to cover. I think the spread is 2.
If there's a blowout this weekend, I think it's the Vikings.
You said this is going to be the blowout?
Yeah, I feel like the Vikings. I feel like Brian Flores just might dial up a way to get a couple picks off of Daniel Jones, and I feel like they might be trying to get back on these dudes. I'm taking the Vikings to win.
You're going to have them screaming to play Drew Lock or Tommy DeVito.
Oh, yeah. Drew going to get second half snaps. Nah, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I do think it's just going to be too much as the game goes on for the Giants. I still think they're early in it. I think the Vikings defense is pretty underrated. I think they could do some good things this year. But you know, it's Sam Darnold. I know how Sam Darnold is, bro. Brother could go out there and throw an unnecessary pick for no reason. So I'm still gonna take the Vikings to win this game.
Yeah, I think they're gonna temper his throws. They got Aaron Jones, they got Ty Chandler. Aaron Jones, I think, gets hurt halfway through the year though. I ain't gonna lie. They're gonna lean heavily into Ty Chandler. I like Ty Chandler though.
I think Ty's just gonna get a decent amount of shares anyway. Like, I don't think they're gonna overuse Aaron. I think it's gonna be a complimentary thing.
I would hope so.
Malik Neighbors over 1K.
Malik Neighbors, no, just under.
Ooh, over or under 5.5 touchdowns.
Over. I don't think they have any other choice but to throw to him in those situations. I mean, you got Devin Singletary over there who might get some of those red zone carries, but
I think they'll draw him up touchdowns in the red zone.
yeah,
I think they'll find a way to feed Neighbors.
I think Malik Neighbors is gonna go over. But I don't think he hits 1K just because I don't trust that old line of the Giants. I don't think Danny Dimes gonna have a lot of time to be throwing like that.
Yeah, I don't want Dayball to lose his stuff though. Giants D line not to be played with though. Burns, Leonard, Kayvon. It's a really good D line they got. It's not that it's stripped. It just might be like. I just hope it's not unfortunate timing for the Giants.
Yeah, that's a
Well,
nasty
not for the
D
Giants,
line.
specifically Dayball.
That's
You know
a
what I'm saying?
nasty D line.
Yeah, specifically Dayball. I hope it's not unfortunate timing.
I would also like to see Mike Vrabel over in New York.
Yeah, no, Vrabel could go to New York, mess with them over there. I think that'll be. Yeah, Vrabel gives me more. I could do New York over the Jags vibes. I could do that.
Yeah,
I could
I see
definitely do that. But I will take the Vikings to win this game.
Same.
All right, that's all the 12 o'clock games to the 3 o'clock games. We got 4 of them. Raiders at Chargers. Easy money for me. Raiders win. Yep.
Really?
Raiders win. Coach AP getting his dub. Got the Raiders winning.
I mean,
I think as much as we can elevate Harbaugh as a coach, I still think there's becoming gaps on the Chargers roster, and I think the Raiders is going to steal it.
yeah, when you put it that way, when you look at all the gaps of the roster, especially on the offensive side of the ball, looking at their weapons or lack thereof.
Yeah, they got the tackles. Them Joe Alt, Rashawn Slater, do your thing. After that, Lad McConkey getting 20 targets a game.
Hey, yo, you about to protect the hell out of Justin Herbert just for him to throw to one brother, and it's not a brother either.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I
Joshua
got the
Palmer's
Raiders.
wide receiver 1 on that team. Yo. Who? That's crazy. DJ Chark ain't even on the depth chart like he's in number 2 on the depth chart.
I hope DJ Chark has no success anywhere.
We went from DJ Chark to nah, we don't want you nowhere.
Brother, he's so hot and cold that it's crazy, bro. Make the most insane catch one play and then just he's gonna drop the next 7 or 8.
It's real Nelson Aguilar-ish.
Like God, y'all, like, do y'all not do the simple stuff? It's crazy. Yeah, no, I got the Raiders winning.
I could
I
ride
got
with
the Raiders winning.
They covering the
I don't
spread.
think he's gonna be like, yeah.
3.
They're underdogs, so they'll definitely.
Let me go and change that on the ticket so we can see that reflect even crazier.
The next
Damn.
game, Broncos at Seahawks. I mean, this is clear. Seahawks win and cover.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Gino gonna do a number. I feel like Gino's gonna do a number.
They ain't gonna run I formation on 3rd and 4 either.
Nah, Gino's probably your week 1 passing leader to me.
Damn.
And Pastor Tank just got his bread. But Gino gonna do a number.
Hey man, JSN gonna have a hell of a year this year.
Hell yeah.
JSN gonna be wide receiver 2 over there. And
real.
I think Tyler Lockett falls off the depth chart and Jake Bobo ends up as wide receiver 3. He don't fall off. I think they start to limit his snaps.
Yeah, I
Especially
think
with the
that's
edge.
it. Just
You
limit.
got to keep him there. He's one of those guys that you just keep around. And
Yeah.
then you're going to see Jake Bobo slide in and probably being like a 50-50, 60-40 share with Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, that's it. That's all they got to do. Are you rocking with your Oregon dog, Bo Nix?
No. No. Even when he was in Oregon, he was barely my Oregon dog. I ain't had no choice. I had to cheer for Big Dog. He's like a 6-year senior, bro. He beat us 4 years ago. Like, how you beat Oregon at Ole Miss 4 years ago, and now you are a quarterback 4 years later? That's crazy to me. No, like you like a 6-year senior, dog. No.
But Sean Payton is moving to me like a guy who is pushing all his chips to the middle of the table before he gets the hell out of the casino.
Oh, he gonna get fired in 2 years. Easy.
No. Sean's not getting fired. He's leaving.
He's leaving. You think he goes to the front office?
He gonna make something up. One thing I know about Sean is he getting the hell out when it's time to get out. That's one thing I know about Sean. He getting out when it's time to get out. And if this Bo Nix whole situation thing does not look good and they are not set up to where he can clean it up the following year, Sean is out of there. I'm going into broadcasting. I'm ready to get out of here. That's it.
The mental stress of coaching and the schedule and the team is trash.
Sean don't care. Sean care about himself.
Hey,
when it come to that football,
quarterback room is Bo Nix, Jared Stidham, and Zach Wilson.
I seen the interview clip of like Stidham was mad. I guess he felt he ain't get a fair shot to be the starter. I said, damn, Stidham like that? I said, all right.
You ain't had no chance, big dog. They used what, the 15th pick on Bo Nix?
Yep.
You ain't had no chance. Zero.
That's crazy. To another high league game, Cowboys at Browns. For me, this is very simple. Dak or Deshaun is going to piss off their fan base.
Hey, I think Dak gonna piss off their fan base.
Yeah, I got the Browns winning.
Me too.
I got the Browns winning. I think the defensive matchup to Dallas's offense is too much. I think they'll be able to handle their business there. Again, unless Deshaun comes out and is just like horrible, I don't think he has to do too much. I think they should handle business at home, win. I also don't think it should be an indictment on Dallas if like they lose this game, but I don't feel like people should. Again, it's just Dallas. I feel like the expectation is even if they lose, they want to see like firework numbers, and I don't really see that happening.
CD's marked us out this game too. He's still on the commissioner reserve list. Exemplary.
You said who?
CD. It shows him as out.
What?
Says as of 5 hours ago, CD is still on the commissioner exempt list.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Building up to Sunday.
Didn't know that.
I don't know if that can change last minute because commissioner exempt list means he ain't practicing, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing none of that. But is CD really a guy you need to be at practice week 1?
Yeah, that's facts. I don't think so either. But I am taking the Browns to win. So I just think defensively they're going to be too much for Dallas.
Yeah. And I think they'll temper Deshaun Watson's throws. You got Jerome Ford, Pierre Strong. I like Jerome Ford. He stepped in pretty solid last year for Nick Chubb when he went down. You got Deontay Foreman, who I don't understand why he's not running back too, but
Kevin Stefanski's a beast. He be calling it, man. Kevin Stefanski's a beast. They be prepared.
Jerry Jeudy gonna have a good year with the Browns as wide receiver too.
I hope so. I've been pushing the Jerry Jeudy agenda for too long now. I've been pushing that for too long now.
I didn't like him in Denver. I like him. I like him in Cleveland.
Jamari Thrash. Keep an eye on the name. Think he's got good potential. So we both taking the Browns to win. They were like 1 point
2.5
spread when I last
2.5.
They're underdogs or they're favorite?
Who, the Browns? The Browns are favorites.
Cool. They were like underdogs like last week when I looked. Like they're underdogs at home.
Yeah, 2.5.
That was crazy. All right, 2 Commanders going up to Tampa Bay. Jaden Daniels, Cliff Kingsbury, OC, going up to the Baker Bucks, Mike Evans, Mr. Faithfully 1K, Todd Bowles. They do got a new OC over there with the Bucks. What do you think of? Oh, can't forget Washington stole Louisville and Chin and Dan Quinn, all heading up to
Man.
Washington, man.
What?
Oh, speaking of
what a
that kind of
defense.
compliment, I know last year I came up here and I said Dallas would miss Kellen Moore, and I was absolutely wrong about that. So I'm going to double down and say it again. Dallas will miss Dan Quinn. And then if I'm wrong, I'm just going to have to be wrong. I'm going to push my chips in on the coordinator fall off for Dallas with Dan Quinn going over to be the head coach of the Commanders. So what do you think about this game, Commanders versus Bucks?
I think the Bucks lose. I think the Commanders win.
Oh, snap, I got the Bucks winning.
Nah, I like Jaden Daniels. I like Terry McLaurin gonna have a hell of a year this year. I like B-Rob. I like Austin
Terry might have
Eckler
like
as running back
120
too.
catches.
Hmm?
Terry might have like 120 catches.
Oh yeah, he gonna have 120. I think he goes for like 1,100-1,200 yards easy. He gonna have more than 7 touchdowns. Terry about to go off.
Terry about to do good money under Cliff.
Zach Ertz about to look great. Not because he's great, but because Jaden Daniels is gonna be looking for him pretty frequently when he ain't got nothing else. Ben
Huh.
Sinnott.
Yeah, the backup tight end.
Oh,
I
yeah,
actually
yeah.
like him.
I don't know, man,
So-
but I got the Commanders winning this game.
I got the Bucks. I got the Bucks winning. I'm still having question marks about Washington's O-line. I do know for Tampa, I think last I saw, Yaya Diaby is out. And I know he played a pretty big role with the team. I said again, it's kind of me just trusting Todd Bowles and their defense at home. But you know, we know Vita Vea is just going to cause problems with Kalaji Kansi. I feel like to Washington's O-line. I do feel like Scary Terry can have a game. He will do his thing. I'm concerned about the other weapons around and how they would do. I don't know another person who's going to sell me on the Luke McCaffrey is Christian McCaffrey's brother, so I should expect the same type of production.
Yeah, nah.
I'm not doing that.
Nah, you gonna see him as a kick returner, and that's it. I don't think he get a lot of snaps.
Brother's their third receiver right now.
Damn, Panthers 0-17. Jesus.
Yeah, they got Luke McCaffrey as wide receiver 3 right now, I think. So, is he? Nah, well,
Nah, they got Noah
he's back
Brown in front of him.
Noah Brown and Zacchaeus are 2 and 3.
Olamide.
Nah, man. He said the which one?
Oh, Zacchaeus. He was on our team.
Cepha
last
got
year.
Commanders. Cepha's got the Commanders. Said I'm going with the Bucks.
Yeah, me too. I got the Commanders.
My brother is putting his bread on Jaden Daniels, offensive rookie of the year. I told him I feel like it's a Victor award. As long as Caleb just does anything, they're gonna hand him the award. Granted, Victor was damn near should have been defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like Victor earned his. It wasn't just gifted to him. I just feel like the NFL has already made up their mind. They're giving it to Caleb unless something really, really bad happens.
I don't know.
But-
I do like Jaden Daniels as a rookie of the year.
It's like plus 600 last I looked. I think Jaden could have 8-9 rushing touchdowns this year. I think he's gonna have a really good red zone run package. A lot of sneaky stuff.
Yeah.
Shoot. Besides that, I really do like the Commanders nickelback, Mike Sanders still. Said Jeremy Chin going over there. B-Wags, can't forget Bobby Wagner's a Commander.
Oh, that
God.
Bobby Wagner.
That's crazy. Bobby Wagner's a Commander. In the year of our Lord 2024, Bobby Wagner is a Commander, bro. That's crazy, bro. I don't know, man.
I got a feeling you guys should be afraid. Caleb has done the black man in the dress ritual. If he's good, it's because of that. Hey, yo.
The Illuminati cell soul thing, and I just think that's what Gen Z technically stuff. I just think the brothers doing his thing. It'd be funny though.
Backup. I like y'all backup too. I just don't think he'll ever get the chance, to be honest with you.
So
My man's Tyson.
um,
Last game of the week.
Bajan. Bajan is the Davis Mills of quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo,
yeah, let me
Davis
slide and let the
Mills.
franchise guy come in. All right, to the last game, Sunday night, and then we got Monday night. Rams at Lions. I got the Rams going in and getting a dub. I think they getting payback. I do acknowledge the things that the Lions have done to get better as a team. I just think McVay got a trigger for them. I think he's got a bullet for them. I think they're gonna go in and handle business. I do think Puka, Cooper, and Joy Whitington, God dog, will do their thing. I think, McVay, he's up there with Tomlin with me. Week 1 head coach he ain't betting against. I got the Rams.
This one was hard. This one's hard for me to look at, but I can see the Rams winning it. I can see the Rams taking this. Like you said, McVay's not one of those guys you want to come in week 1 and think that you have it, you have it in the bag.
I am very concerned about the Rams defense. I'm not gonna act like I'm not though. But maybe it's because my position on the Rams is I think they're gonna be a controlling offense. I think McVay knows what's on his defense, and they'll find a way, like you said, to control the game as much as they can.
Yeah. Plus, I like both of
God.
their running backs, Kyron Williams, Blake Corum. I think they got a hell of a running back core.
And Tyron's returning punts.
I saw that.
Yeah,
which
they got
that might mean Blake Corum might gonna have a lot more carries on the offensive end.
Corum's doing kick return.
Damn, they gonna have both of them.
Yeah, Sean don't care about none of that. Y'all get to work, and they got Cody Schrader as a backup, Mizzou legend. Yeah, I am very, very concerned about the unknown to me, which is the Rams defense. No Aaron Donald. Your DC Raheem Mostert is now head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. You traded linebacker who was your captain. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is a lot of younger talent that kind of, needs room.
I like Jared Verse. I like Jared Verse and Christian Rhodes.
Yeah.
But
I think there is big potential in the front. Byron Young and Turner showed out, like in Braden Frisk and Verse, dudes I think got super high potential. So I see the vision of like maybe just letting them learn and grow on the fly, but yeah, that it concerns me. But I'm taking the Rams week 1.
There's a whole lot of production that they're gonna have to make up with 3 or 4 guys that you lost and 1 guy retired. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Hopefully, I think they're gonna have to lean heavily into their defense. That's kind of why this matchup was so hard for me, just because I look at the Lions and they're a better overall, well-rounded team, especially on the defensive end. But with everything you have with McVay that he brings on the offensive side of things, it's similar to playing the Shanahan. It don't matter what kind of defense you have. His offense is always gonna find a way to be better than your defense.
That's what I'm saying. Now, I do acknowledge with the Lions, like you said, the Lions, I think Lions top to bottom might be one of the cleanest rosters of starters. Said bringing over DJ Reader, Marcus Davenport, Carlton Davis, clutch. I think those additions will mean something. Like you said, but I think this game is going to be played on a chessboard. I think McVay is going to aiming to go over their heads with play calling. I think that's what's going to happen. But again, I'm also think Brad Holmes will eventually make a move during the season to add a receiver.
I can see that. I also can see them going to get Sterling Shepard, who's on the free agency list right now.
You said Sterling? I don't think. I got it higher. I felt like I had like T. Higgins, Chris Godwin, Gary Terry. If things was too bad in Washington, the Lions would send the Chiefs to make a move. Yeah, I feel like the Lions are gonna take a big swing because they drafted so well that they might be like, yo, we can swing for the fence. He said, "Please beat the Packers. Can't stand those bums." Hopefully, no. Hopefully, no sacks. Hopefully, no sacks. Yeah. Again, yeah. The Detroit really does have a top to bottom. Really, really good team. I think one of the better overall teams. I just think this game. Said I'm trusting the mastermind of McVay. He said I think he's going to find a way to break the system there.
This last
I
game,
said
your other game of the week.
Yeah, this was actually the game of the week for me. Well, no, Jags Dolphins, and this was the other game of the week. So it was Jags Dolphins was number 1, Texans Colts was number 2, and Lions Rams was number 3.
Frisco favored by 4.5 at home. Monday Night Football, prime time. The return of Aaron Rodgers.
I got Frisco covering that. I got the 49ers covering.
Same. And a lot of that has to do with them finally signing IU, finally, getting Trent Williams figured out. I think Christian McCaffrey dealing with like a calf issue, something like that.
He'll be good to go. And I don't even think it's going to be like no cover like the 49ers are going to blow them out. I just think the 49ers have a touchdown advantage on the Jets. Like, I think they'll get that. I do think
it's a nice matchup, though. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch.
There is I feel like we're set on the 49ers. We know who the 49ers are as a team. There's not much that's going to change how we view them as a team.
Yeah.
I think it's really on how we view the Jets going into this year. A lot of people just the mulligan year because Aaron Rodgers was out and was gone. People are trying to just kind of replace expectations onto this team. But it's not just the Jets who are a different team this year. The entire league, it changes every year. I love the backfield pairing of Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. Braylon Allen was my favorite running back coming out of the draft. I think Garrett Wilson is closer to a top 10 wide receiver than people want to admit.
Oh, yeah.
And sure, I think he is that. But I don't like Mike Williams and Xavier Gibson and everything else around them.
Me neither.
Like
I'd rather see Allen Lazard there in that spot than Mike Williams. But I get it, especially Mike Williams coming off all his injuries.
Yeah. I like Malachi Corley, but I do think he's, as of now, a gadget guy to grow and to see what that is. There is still question marks about the O-line. Like, I know moves was made, but there is still question marks about that. I don't question the defense. The defense is good. Like, I'm not going to question that. But that was last year, too. So, but when playing the 49ers to open, I'm not taking them.
Yeah.
I'm not taking them. So, I will take the 49ers to cover.
Cool. I'm with you.
All right. So, that's every game we went through. Ooh, it's been a minute. We got to get ready to wrap up, too. All right. Let's make it hot, and let's wrap this up. I hear my family getting wild. It's about time to go. Division winners. AFC East. Who do you have winning? I got Miami.
I got Miami too.
All right. AFC North. Who do you got? I got the Ravens.
I also got the Ravens.
AFC South.
I got the Colts.
Oh, you taking the Colts?
Taking the Colts.
I'm still gonna go Houston. I still think Houston pulls it out.
All right, Judah. Thanks for
joining
us.
I'm not. I don't think they're like 11, 12 wins. I still think it's like 10 wins in this division. I'll take Houston though.
That's kind of where I'm at with the Colts. It'll be like a game difference between them and Houston. Shit, it might be a win and in at the end of the year again.
Part of me does want to double down with Dougie P and T-Law, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to go Houston. AFC West, we both with KC.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
KC. NFC East, we both with the Eagles.
Eagles.
Boom. NFC North.
Green. I'm going to go with Detroit. I just like Detroit's roster better than the other three teams.
I'm going to go with Detroit also. NFC South. You know who I'm going with.
I'm going with you, bro. Carolina Panthers back, baby. Bounce back season, baby.
And the NFC West.
49ers pretty cleanly.
49. I'm going 49ers also. So in the AFC, Miami, Baltimore, you have Indy, I have Houston, Kansas City. Who shapes out the playoff picture in the AFC?
For me, it's Houston.
So all right, so
they'll be in the playoff. Both teams will be in the playoffs, I think.
So I actually have Houston and Jacksonville. I don't have
Ooh,
Houston and Indy. I have
3?
Houston and Jacksonville.
Okay.
No. Just Houston and Jacksonville.
Oh, okay.
I have Baltimore and Cincinnati. I have Miami and New York. Buffalo misses.
Same. I'm
And
with
then
you on
I
all
have-
teams except for the Jaguars.
Yeah, and then I have just the Chiefs out of the AFC West.
Yep, same.
And then for the NFC, Philly wins with Dallas coming out 5 seed, like always. I got Detroit winning with Green Bay following up. NFC South is just whoever comes out of the NFC South. And then the NFC West will send everybody except the Cardinals.
Yeah. Yep. You got Dallas missing?
No, I have Dallas 5 seed again.
Okay. Yeah. You just said that. Yeah. No,
Lose
I'm
the
with you.
division, but they'll have
Everyone in the
they'll have the
West,
5
everyone in
seed.
NFC West except for the Cardinals, Detroit, Green Bay, Dallas.
Yep.
Yep.
That's who I got.
Right there with
MVP.
MVP, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. I can see that mess too, though, low key.
Jalen Hurts. And he ain't gonna have the sexy
Yeah.
numbers through the air either. It's gonna be on the ground.
It kind of contradicts my pick because I have the Ravens winning the division, and I don't think he could do it without winning the division, but it will be Joe Burrow.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I think Joe, if they win the North, Joe has his shot to win it. So that's where I would go.
And let's be honest, the MVP is pretty much a quarterback award now. Like we really ain't looking anywhere else.
Yeah, that's why I don't. But yeah, I would have to pull the jumper on Joe.
Yeah.
This year. Defensive player of the year.
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt.
He's been passed over too many times, and I think he's coming for it. TJ Watt.
I think a DB's getting it this year.
Ooh, okay.
I think a defensive back is going to get it this year.
Which one?
I feel like it's I feel like it's easy to say Sauce because I know where his numbers will be at without the picks. So I think I just go ahead and say Sauce. I think a defensive back is going to get it this year.
Dark horse might be Christian Gonzalez, man. They're gonna be. I like Christian, but the wins are gonna be behind it.
Yeah, but I think Pastor Tane's going to have insane numbers, but I also don't like where the team might end up. They just might not give it to him.
Yeah, that might be the downfall is where the team is at.
Max Crosby too. I'll add Max.
Yeah,
He's got Christian Wilkins beside him this year. Should help out a lot. Rookie of the year, offensive and defensive. Told you offensively, I just think they're going to hand it to Caleb regardless. Defensively, Latu. With Latu or Turner? Actually, I'm going to go Turner.
I'm going with Latu.
I think Flores is going to set Turner up pretty good. A coach of the year.
Coach of the year. Ooh. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that.
I like coach of the year.
Damn.
One of the Mikes. Mike McDaniels or Mike McDonald. Miami or Seattle.
You think so?
Yeah.
I can see Mike McDaniels, especially with everything that they have over there, re-signing Tua. I also like Raheem Morris potentially being coach of the year.
Raheem could do it. And who first coach fired?
Ah, man, I know we had a long conversation about it before, but it's probably Dougie P.
I think Dennis.
Dennis Allen? Oh, I can see that too. If they don't make the playoffs, when they don't make the playoffs.
Look at New Orleans' schedule real quick.
New Orleans Saints. Got them up. Put it on the screen.
Our week is week 12. What is the Saints record?
Oh,
by week 12?
Lord. Oh, my goodness. 4 and... Ooh, 4
Dennis Allen
wins?
doesn't make it to the bye week, potentially.
No, he doesn't. 4 wins. And 4 wins is probably being generous. They might not.
If they start 0-1, they start 0-3.
They might start 0-6, 0-5. Because after 0-3, they got Atlanta on the road, Kansas City on the road, then they're going to Tampa Bay. Oh, no.
Very fast.
Dennis Allen might be fired by Denver.
Yeah, brother might be, you know what I'm saying, really trick-or-treating at home, no problem.
Yo.
If they lose week 1, if the Saints lose week 1, and you know I'm putting my money on them losing anyway, we are putting up on stream a Dennis Allen meter. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I'm going to have one made just because.
We're going to put up the Dennis Allen meter. Because
Dennis
I think
Allen.
he got saved too, like last year. So,
Oh, that man is gone. He up out of there.
yeah. All right. That's a wrap on week 1, y'all. Thank you for kicking it with us. Any final thoughts before we get up out of here? The final parlay. The parlay. Do we got that cooked? Forgot about that.
Let me put it on the screen so y'all can see our picks. I made the picks as we were doing picks throughout the episode. All 16 teams, right? All 16 games.
All 16 games.
$5 on it. Spread. Let me walk through the spread just so that I got it right. But here's what we're looking at. Eagles spread 2. Eagles cover. Browns cover. Bears cover. Cardinals cover. We said the Cardinals covering against the Bills 6.5. Commanders cover 3.5. Or did you say you got the Bucks, right?
Yeah, I had the Bucks winning.
Let me go and change that to the Bucks.
You can say Commanders cover the spread though.
3.5. You think they covered the spread?
Yeah. I could take them covering 3.5.
Okay, 3.5. Where else were we? The Rams covered 3.5.
Yep.
Steelers covering 3.5. Raiders covering 3. Seahawks covering 6. Colts covering 3.5 against the Texans at home. Dolphins 3.5. 49ers 4.5. Panthers 3.5. Bengals cover 8. Vikings cover 2. Ravens cover the 3. And that puts us at 3,001,937. As the if we put $5 on it, we win $150,101.
Somebody is every year somebody hits something like that, which is crazy.
$5 wins $150,101.
Must be nice. All right, y'all. Thank you for those who watch, tapping in with us live and or after. We are ready to call it a day. Thank y'all again. We appreciate y'all. Until next time, we are out.